Okay, so basically I asked the medical assessor that did my assessment if they would be willing to stick by their medical assessments or bear witness in a criminal or civil investigation should the opportunity arise. He did not give me an answer. He said that I would have to talk to DWP. I spoke to DWP, they couldn't give me an answer either. So they finally gave me the address for the litigation team. After getting no response from them, they basically said the same thing. They tried to turn it around back to the Court of Appeals. But the question that I'm asking is that if there are medical assessments being made on the claimants to determine whether or not they are eligible for PIP assessments, then shouldn't those same medical judgments be able to hold up in a court of law in a criminal or civil investigation, either for them or against them?
Okay, so bear with me a second. If you're okay just to hold the line, I'll go and clarify with a colleague what's going on there for you, if that's all right. So you're wanting to see if the evidence provided in an assessment would hold up in a court of law for either criminal or civil investigation?
Yeah.
Is that correct? Right, okay. Can you just hold the line for me a second? I'll go and check with a colleague.
Okay.
I was on hold for, let me see here, 5 minutes.
Hiya there.
Hello.
Thank you for holding the line for me. So, I just needed to obviously try and figure out a little bit more information around this. Is it the information from the assessment, is that what you're asking?
Yeah. I mean, of course, the assessor themselves that made the judgment would have to bear witness if they were called to court. So I'm just asking if you were making the assessments on my medical health, would you be able to stand it up in a court of law apart from appeals court? That's what I was asking.
Yeah, bear with me a second. I'll go and now I've got clarification for that. I'll double check again if that's okay. You alright just to hold for me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Alright, so I was on hold for another 4 minutes.
From what I can gather, an appeal would have to be lodged first of all.
I'm not asking about appeals. I'm asking if the medical assessors deem me well enough not to receive the PIP or unwell enough to receive the PIP, would you be able to back that up in a criminal or civil investigation either for or against me? It's not about the appeals court.
Right, okay. I'm really not sure about this. If you're okay just to bear with me, I'll see if I can get somebody that understands what's going on, if that's okay.
Right.
Thank you.
I was on hold for a minute. So collectively I've been on hold for I think 10 minutes so far in the intervals, which is quite a short amount of time considering how busy they are. So she must have got right back to that staff member and asked. So let's continue. I think this is the guy that I was talking to earlier.
Hello.
Hi there, my name's Jamie. I'm one of the senior members of the staff here.
Yeah.
Can you just explain to me what this call is regarding? I mean, Kira's given me a brief explanation as to why, as you call it, using the phrase civil and criminal law.
Okay, so for example, if I was making a claim against somebody, or somebody was making a claim against me, and they needed to, either side needed evidence of our health. So, for example, if I say that I'm not crazy, or the other side says that I am crazy, and they needed your assessments in order to become the deciding factor between the two cases, would you be willing or able to stand by these assessments that you've made about me in that situation? That's what I'm asking.
Okay, well, what I would say in regards to that is an investigation of some sort would need to have took place prior to that. So I'm not sure who it is you've got.
Well, I'm just asking in general.
An investigation would need to take place prior to that. So basically, in this situation, he's saying yes right now. But the investigation would have to be called. Now, watch the progress of this conversation.
There hasn't been an investigation yet. So are you saying that you would throw your hat in the ring if it came to it?
Well, Well, it wouldn't be for me to say initially, and it wouldn't be for anybody to say other than that health professional. But what I would
Well, I've asked the health professional and they said they couldn't answer the question, that I would have to ask the DWP.
ask the direct health professional who investigated you, or?
Well, it was the direct health professional that reviewed me and they said they couldn't answer the question. So I asked you, you said you couldn't answer the question.
That would be the answer then. That health professional must be saying no to that answer.
So basically, if the health professional cannot stand by their medical assessments in a criminal or civil investigation, if they can't stand by that, then wouldn't that mean that their medical evidence is inadmissible, and all those people who died as a result of being told no, you can't have this, wouldn't that be manslaughter?
Okay, so I mean, I believe that he kind of using the question when it isn't actually what's happening as such. I feel like you're trying to say that what the health professional said about you might not be correct, or you have a disagreement.
No. I don't have any disagreements with what they've said because they haven't told.
Do you agree or do you disagree with what the health professional said about you?
I can't agree or disagree because they haven't given me like an assessment yet. But the only reason I'm asking is because just in case there is a criminal or civil investigation against the claimant and that health evidence needs to be used, can it be used and can the medical professional show up to a court of law in order to back up their statements? Now, I asked this I asked the medical professional, I did ask them, but they didn't answer the question. They said they can't answer that and that's up to the DWP. I asked the
Now, at certain points, you'll hear the phone sort of click in the background. What he's done is taken his ear away from the phone so that he doesn't have to hear what's going on. But that's okay, because you're going to hear what's going on.
DWP, they didn't answer me. They referred me on to someone else, and they didn't answer me either. So I kind of have to draw conclusions from that the medical assessments that are being delivered onto, that are being deliberated, the medical assessments that people come up with, I have to basically treat that as inadmissible, because if that can't be applied in an investigative capacity, if that evidence can't be produced or the witnesses can't come forward, then I have to draw the conclusion that the medical assessments are inadmissible then either way, whether they want me to have the money or not. So I have to draw the conclusion that it's inadmissible, and that the majority of rejections are being done so based on contractual obligation, which to my mind is illegal.
Right, okay. So just from the explanation you was giving me, I can appreciate I believe that what you'll say here is that what I'm about to say is incorrect, but I feel like you've got a dispute with what's happened at the assessment centre itself.
No, because the thing is, I've got the meeting recorded here. There was nothing untoward. There was nothing going on that was suspicious at the time. Do you understand what I mean? I'm not asking because I'm disagreeing with their assessments, because they haven't given it to me yet.
Yeah.
So I'm not making the assumption.
Okay, so the answer to your question would be yes then.
Oh, okay.
There was a dispute in a tribunal, and an investigation was happened, and it's called a mandatory reconsideration, or you lodged a
All right. So basically, this guy's talking about mandatory reconsideration. Let me play on. This guy's talking about mandatory reconsideration again. That's not what the conversation is about, and yet that's what they keep bringing it back to.
complaint.
No. I'm not talking about a formal complaint against you. I'm talking about.
What you would do. So then there's an official standpoint that health professional would have to prove as to how she got the answers at the points scoring system to what she put down.
Notice how he said she. Because what he's doing right now, he's relating, because he's got my evidence on file, what he's doing is relating to a past assessor who lied during the assessment, by the way, right? And I've got the evidence online, I think. But the assessor actually lied a couple of times about the circumstances of my health and what I said. She even lied about what I said during the assessment. So I think what he's doing here is he's making the connection in his head. Okay, so obviously she disagrees with what this woman has said. Whilst I do disagree with what that woman has said, that's not the point of this conversation. Simple question. Are you willing to stand up in court in a criminal or civil investigation as a witness in that investigation, and to use your health assessments to bear witness to the claim either for or against the claimant. That's the question. They can't answer the question. And the guy's got his ear away from the phone, like, childish. Can't answer the question.
Right.
And then on the report, it will detail everything as to why she awarded X amount of points for the certain descriptor in question.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if you've got a copy of that report there, but if you do have, you'll be able to see that the report itself will be specific as to each descriptor as to why the points is awarded to that descriptor. For example, mobility or reading or toiletry needs or preparing food. And it will have a full-on breakdown as to why you've been awarded X amount of points.
Alright, I'm not going to play this for too long because I've got another recording to play you. This one is from the DWP.
It should say on my notes that I asked the DWP whether, if it came down to it, would the assessments that were that my benefits payments were based on, whether the people who made those assessments would be able to back up their assessments in a criminal or civil investigation that did not involve them. Yeah. Now I've just had a long I've just
Let me clarify. You wanted to ascertain whether...
Yeah.
Sorry. Well,
I told
sorry, you spoke...
with them and tell me really and there's more criminal names or to
No, with a great respect, it wouldn't, because ultimately it's the... I would think the only sort of evidence that would be acceptable in that sort of situation would be doctor's evidence.
Right. Now listen to what he says here. I'm going to fast forward to a part where he explains about, about, where I call it there, about,
why are GP, and surely because of staff your health is own. The fact that your question, Paul.
It isn't how they use the bathroom, how they manage with stairs.
Okay, so he's basically explaining. I'm going to play the full thing on my live, but I wanted you to get a snippet here.
Medical assessors are essentially...
Right, hold on. So he's going to explain. Right, so he's explaining about this.
And the thing is, with the greatest respect, we can only actually talk about your case, not other cases.
Let me just hang on.
Only company the case
At the moment.
for it, but I'm not receiving payment. No. What assessment recent one? EXC 40.
Yeah, so...
Basically, they said they handle immigration and things like that, so that they don't really handle. And DWP did.
Sorry about this, guys.
And you need or not, they actually can do it, but the assessors can't. So why are the assessors even there?
Right.
Can't. So why are they've got that should lie with the GPs, because they're the ones who can actually go in a court of law and back up any medical evidence that they think they've got on me.
Listen
so
to this.
They can do it, but the assessors can't. So why are the assessors even there?
Because the government have mandated that's how we have to operate. So perhaps the person you need to be speaking to is your MP.
That's a good point.
The way that the system works is because of the way that the government mandated it to work. Essentially what happened, and I'm not saying this happened in a sort of a general widespread way, but when people were receiving disabled pay allowance in the past, everyone is aware, I'm sure, of the instances in the press where it was reported that someone was getting disability benefits and they weren't entitled to it.
I know, but those
okay.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me finish though, okay?
Okay.
So what happened in those cases when disabled living allowance was being paid was that the evidence that we accepted, DWP accepted, as a means of ensuring whether the benefits should be paid or not, was from people's doctors, okay? Now, not in many instances, and probably very, very few, but people have doctors who sometimes they've known them for years, sometimes the doctors are friends, sometimes the doctors are sympathetic, so in some instances...
Did you hear that? So he's saying that some doctors who assess people who are claiming benefits can sometimes be biased towards the claimant. which is why, listen to this.
Potentially you're going to get doctors who are not being completely objective when they believe that benefits might be involved, and they're prepared to give people, shall we say, an enhanced medical report, or prepared to support them when perhaps benefits wouldn't really be due. See what I'm guessing it here? Yes, the doctors need to be objective and are medical professional, but there will potentially be some instances where it isn't seen as being an objective assessment from a family doctor.
Now this part I understand, right? But there's a couple of
what's happened then is when the government have decided to change the benefit because they're looking at trying to prevent benefit fraud or misappropriation of the benefit.
Okay.
When they've introduced PIP, what they've done is they've said, right, this is what we want DWP to do, so this is not a decision that DWP has taken.
I understand,
The government department to operate on behalf of the government and do as they are told. So essentially the government said, PIP is coming in and we are telling you that this is the way that you will operate it. You will have reports produced for you by one of two companies that we have contracted to actually operate and provide you with an assessment provider service with healthcare professionals providing the reports. So if you've spoken to a government litigation service and they said, we don't really know, then go to the people who have actually mandated that this is the...
Now, he's made an excellent point here, right? Seeing as DWP are passing me from pillar to post, and Atos are passing me from pillar to post, and the government litigation team have passed me from pillar to post, maybe I should ask the fucking MP. And maybe when I make my appeals to the PIP assessment, I shouldn't be making it on the basis that they've made the wrong decision. I should make it on the basis that they should be able to justify their decision in a criminal or civil investigation. Now, this is regardless of whether they decide to pay me or not. I'm not taking the money unless I can back it up. Okay? And I know people will say, oh, that's stupid. Oh, you get free money. No, I don't want the fucking money if you can't back up your shit. There is a reason why ESA don't have fucking assessors on my case. It's because they know that the GP could, if anything, they will back up whether the GP is lying or not, because the GP has been giving me advanced and wrongful misdiagnosis for years. Okay? Whether the GP is lying or not, the GP is going to be expected to back up their decision in court. There is a reason why the ESA have not asked me anything. And yet when it comes to disability payment, you're hemming and hawing. No, you're trying to ice people out. You're trying to fucking ice the disabled. Everybody knows what you're doing. That's why you can't answer the goddamn question. So he made an excellent point. Go to the local MP and you'll see how far the rot is. It's one thing for me to talk about it, but you need to see for yourselves how far the rot goes in this country and how far the rot goes in society in general. You need to see it for yourselves. So I will be asking my local MP that same question. And when it comes to the appeal court, which no doubt it will come to, they're going to have to answer for that shit too. So I can't play everything for you. But what I can tell you, But what I can tell you, right, is that what I am going to do is ask my local MP and ask the appeals court for the information that I need so that you all can see exactly how deep the corruption goes. I want to leave with this final note, okay? If it's been proven, and they said it's been proven, that the doctors can be biased, that the doctors can sometimes lack objectivity, that they can sometimes give enhanced information on behalf of the claimant or against the claimant, if that's already been proven, then why are doctors still being trusted to give legal evidence in court? And yet these medical assessors who are supposed to be objective, who are supposed to be critically minded, can't back up their evidence in a criminal or civil investigation to the point where they're not even prepared for the question? The amount of people that are actually dying on these decisions that they can't even stand in. So I don't give a fuck whether I get that money or not. Okay? I am going to take my ass to the appeals court and I want that question answered. Fuck the money. Yeah? Fuck the goddamn money. Because at this point, right, From time the GP is saying she's seriously mentally ill, she has persecutory beliefs, it's interfering with her life, she's making threats, and you still ain't done nothing? And you're still trying to turn me down? That means your medical advice is inadmissible. And the fact that you can't even answer the question. You can't even answer the question. And people are dying out here? If you're going to use news stories, I'm going to use news stories. People are fucking dying off the back of these decisions being made on people who can't even stand in their shit in court, beyond appeals court. That's the end of the video. I'm sorry that you had to deal with all the skipping, but this was just a taste. It was just a taste of what I had to deal with from these people. You need to see how deep the corruption goes. This goes way beyond gang stalking. This is fucking... TIs have been telling you. Sitzung is going on. Gestapo is going on. Fucking an open air Holocaust has been going on. They've been telling you. Now you have the proof. And I will be writing to my local MP. Watch.